So far I spent over 900 Minecraft days in my world. After building all sorts of farms, I've now decided to build even more. And the first one, well, why stop at a fancy house when you can have a gold farm instead? The reason I set my sights on a gold farm is simple. Gold is the key to golden apples and powered rails. Two treasures no adventurer should go without. For this farm my first quest was to mine a staggering 3,952 magma blocks. With that task completed, the rest of the materials were far less troublesome to gather. Bro, what is you doing? Lay some fucking eggs, gang. Of course, such a farm must be built within the nether wastes, and once I secured the location, construction began. Sadly, the replay footage of this grand build has vanished into the void, but worry not, I shall explain how it all works. The design holds 4 layers of magma blocks upon which zombified piglins spawn. At the heart of it all lie turtle eggs, luring the piglins to charge forward, only to fall to their doom. Where gold nuggets rain down into my chests ready for collection. Yes, a few magma cubes slip through now and then, but they cause little trouble. And though greater farms exist in the lands of Minecraft, for now this one serves me well enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... What the hell? Whilst working on a gold farm, I'll set out on a little side quest. Trying to make you all subscribe. Nah, I'm just kidding. Trying to duplicate the Ender Dragon egg. At first I tested it with my sand duper, since the egg is technically a falling block as well. But alas, that attempt failed. So that does not work. After a bit of searching through the archives of YouTube's wisdom, I discovered a simple method. The trick is to drop the egg from the 6th block straight down into the portal. With fences placed beneath, the egg breaks upon impact, and by some curious magic it duplicates itself when passing to the end platform. Nice. So the reason I did this is because maybe I will eventually in future need some more dragon eggs to build for builds and something. I don't know, you all will see. Next on the agenda, building a spider farm. Ladies and gentlemen, but not just any farm, no spawners for me. I wanted one that spawns spiders naturally, all on its own. Why, you ask? Well, strings are far too valuable to ignore, and in my case I need them for 2 very important things. The first is this block right here, and the second, well, it's this one. See, why bother with a sheep farm for wool when I can craft it myself from strings? That means endless supply of carpets, perfect for hopper collector systems to reduce lag and for spawn-proofing areas, and of course for a bit of decoration. I was lucky enough to stumble upon this guy's video, which didn't have nearly as many views as the others, so big thanks to him for putting this out. Now I don't fully understand how this farm works or why we need over 17 stacks of salt sand just for the layers, but if the man says we need it for 1 block high layers, then who am I to argue? I'll accept it and move on. Since the farm has only a single block of height between layers, only spiders will spawn. Any other mobs are simply too tall. And for the less experienced builders, I placed the farm above the ocean. This helps prevent other mobs from interfering, keeping the spider spawn rate nice and high. At the bottom, the spiders take some initial damage from magma blocks, then finish their journey over soul campfires. Fun fact, compared to regular campfire, the soul campfire deals 1 extra damage per tick, making it the superior choice. This farm ended up producing around 25 stacks of strings per hour, more than enough to fuel all my plants. Now finally decided to revisit something I built a long time ago, 8 months ago to be exact, the slime farm. Now ladies and gentlemen, it's not that the original farm didn't work at all, it just didn't work quite as it should. Slimes didn't spawn as often as I'd like, other mobs kept getting in the way, and 1 entire layer refused to spawn anything at all. So I took it all down and started fresh, building a completely new and much simpler farm instead. The new farm I had in mind had been brewing in my thoughts for a long time. I had heard that slimes will still spawn in areas that are dark as long as everything else is filled with brown mushrooms. Since mushrooms allow a light level of 1, no other mobs can spawn except slimes. Once I tracked down the video I remembered, I dove straight into building. After gathering enough shards to crafting that glass, added them to the farm. Not only do they look better, but they also let me peek inside without disturbing the delicate light levels. This farm produces around 3600 slime balls per hour, about 56 stacks in total. When the slime spawn, they immediately lock onto the iron golem as they rush toward him. They tumble down into a pit where powder snow begins to wear them down. And finally the campfire finishes the job. Since I built a spider farm earlier for wool and scaffolding, there was still one small problem left with the scaffolding recipe. I also needed bamboo, not just string. And because I already had a sugarcane farm providing more than enough sugarcane, I decided to build a nearly identical farm using the same mechanics, this time for bamboo. The build itself wasn't too complicated, the real nuisance was just gathering all the glass to surround it, since bamboo can grow up to 16 blocks tall. But hey, I won't dive too deep into the details here, it really comes down to just two things, a flying machine to cut down the bamboo and hopper minecarts to collect it all. Pretty simple, though it still took its fair share of time to build. For the underground part of this build, I made an access tunnel through the sugarcane farm, and I also added a little viewing spot so I can always keep an eye on the minecarts and see exactly what's going on. And this contraption in the back, that's simply there to stop the flying machine. I even built a small jump and run path to reach it. Alright, since most AFK farms require a beacon with regeneration, I figured it was finally time to build a wither skeleton farm. Not the full wither farm, I doubt I'd ever need that, but a straightforward wither skeleton one. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I suffered for this build, truly. It took me ages just to find a fortress sitting properly in a southern valley. And even then, building it was a nuisance, with all the hostile mobs constantly coming my way. And something else happened during this project too, but more on that later. For now, let's get into how this thing works. This section right here lures the wither skeleton straight into the portal, all thanks to the iron golem, and occasionally a place or two joins the party as well. Now, I'm not entirely sure why the walls had to be placed the way they are, perhaps to block gas, but I won't question it too much. Once the mobs make it through, the overworld side fills up with wither skeletons and they eventually push each other through the second portal. That leads them to the killing chamber in the upper section of the nether, where I can safely take them down and claim all their loot without ever putting myself in danger. This portal here simply brings me close to the overworld section, nothing more. Who knows though, something might break one day. Speaking of things breaking, here's what truly broke me. Please game, just please be on the top of the ocean. No. Yeah, I definitely didn't expect this. If I had read the comments on the video, I might have seen it coming, but to be fair, the creator never mentioned it either. In the end, I managed to recover all my items, so no real harm done. Still, it truly shook me. With that done, I decided to build something I don't necessarily need right now, but I know for certain I'll need it in the future. Just look at this block, it's beautiful. Personally, I think it's one of the best light sources in the entire game. But here's the catch, this is the crafting recipe, and hunting down all the materials from Guardians is far too annoying. So I thought, why hunt them down when I can build a farm instead? This farm works by letting the guardians spawn naturally at the ocean monument. As they appear, bubbles from the sultan push them upward where flowing water carries them straight into the portal. Once inside the nether, they fall down into the killing chamber where the campfires finish them off and all their loot drops neatly into my chests. I've already rebuilt one farm in this video, so why not finish things off with one more? Let's take this old raid farm down and replace it with a completely new one, almost 100 times better. Now, it is better, yes, though I'll get into the issues with it later. The old farm was simply too slow and I needed something faster. After all, emeralds are going to be very important for me in the future, especially with my librarian villagers. As you can see, the farm looks pretty simple. Just kidding, it's not. Honestly, I have no idea what half of these parts actually do. But hey, who cares? I'll just explain the parts I understand. So when the raid begins, the raiders spawn and get pushed down where I can strike them. But before that I had to prepare. I needed a netherite sword, which meant looting a bastion for the upgrade. And then gathering villagers for key enchantments like Sweeping Edge 3 and Sharpness 5. The setup here lets me use an auto-clicker to strike an armor stand at the regular intervals, which also hits all the mobs around it. At the same time I keep right click held down so I can drink potions when I'm pushed into place. And this section here, that's the collection system. It took me quite a while to gather all the items needed to get it running properly, but in the end it works just as it should. Did I just say as it should? Well, technically everything works the way it's supposed to, but... Not with me, I left the game. Fuck you! I saw it. I left the game and I'm safe. You're probably wondering, how is he safe? How is a man like this supposed to be safe? Well, let me tell you something. It is because I built a system that lets me teleport back to my base. Holy shit, I almost shit my pants. Yeah, so before I even built this farm, I noticed in the comments that people were saying it doesn't work anymore after 1.21.5. So I went ahead and asked the creator myself, and this was his reply. I haven't tested it in 1.21.3 and upwards, but from my understanding it still works up until 1.21.8. But don't take my word for it, your best bet is to download the world in the description and try it for yourself, since you might have some mods or other stuff that makes Minecraft run differently from normal vanilla. Thanks. No problem. I decided to give it a try anyway, and when I tested it I had no issues, everything worked fine for me. Obviously I'd never AFK here after that incident ever again, but I've set up some precautions just in case. The farm is still way faster than my old one and I'll happily take that, but here's how I deal with the risk. I built an older Ender Pearl stasis chamber set a bit further away from my main base and placed a chest there filled with milk. Why milk? Well, in case something goes wrong again, I don't want to risk throwing another raid too close to my librarian villagers. The further away, the safer. And with all these farms rebuilt and new ones added, my world has taken yet another big step forward. From gold to string, from slime to bamboo, from guardians to rage, each project brought its own trials and each one left me stronger than before. But the journey doesn't end here, there's always another build waiting just around the corner. So yeah, this video took me about 1 hour. And because of that, from now on, daily uploads. Yo, holy shit! It actually just took me only 1 flipping second. The whole thing. So yeah, that basically means I can upload 10 videos a day. Guys. I have to use this. It's like the fucking audio of the fucking camera, which is my phone, is fucking bad. Who am I? No, and by the way, while we're at it, this is the whole fucking setup, if one can call it a setup. I mean, this thing, that, and then I put the camera on this self-built thing out of fucking pipes and cable frame thing. And this is a lamp you use not in a fucking indoor environment. And this is, I mean, for a dip bar on fucking chairs. And guys, what am I supposed to do? And this thing which I'm wearing right now, I just grabbed it from the thing inside. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I'm trying my best. Bye.